Hi, this is Joni, holistic health teacher, coach, and consultant. If you're like me, I've wondered about this topic, walking versus running, and which has more health benefits, many times over the years, as we all have different bodies to begin with, and not everyone feels good running, and plenty of people don't prefer to walk. With age, we also tend to have more aches and pains, some of which can improve when we get into our own personal individual energetics, and some, depending on our history, may not. Not to mention that for some of us, slowing down from running into walking can also be a bit of a psychological hurdle. For those of us who have a ton of energy, even surpassing middle age, this slowing down is especially challenging. Our knees are talking to us, but we definitely don't want to listen. For those of us who've historically made had more trouble motivating, sometimes even taking a long walk can be a commitment that is challenging. Especially when we have pressures for both of these things. We have pressures from outside of life demanding that we put our attention on everyone else and everything else versus carving out some time for ourselves. As always, taking a good long look at our holistic health, all realms of life, can be the key to unlocking what makes each of us tick. Today, back to basics, I want to offer the benefits of both running and walking and how they're different. Running or any more intense training is going to burn more calories. But I tend to move away from counting calories with the people I work with because we're literally, weighing our food and using a scale to weigh ourselves. And don't get me wrong, using a stopwatch to time your runs, that can certainly lend to motivation and keep ourselves honest and keep ourselves in check and on point and doing the things that we committed to do. But the psychology of this constant measuring of ourselves, comparing of ourselves to others, and competing with everyone over every little thing can also ultimately become detrimental and just simply out of balance. It might look good on the outside or on social media, for example, for a minute, but ultimately I'll ask you, are you even happy? Running is clearly more intense and will burn more calories in a shorter amount of time. It promotes fitness more quickly and efficiently. But if you're not a runner, it will take some time to work up to your body acclimating. It's common for folks to burn out when they commit to a new running regime rather than keeping it as a part of their lifestyle. That being said, running only a couple times a week can significantly cut the risk of cardiovascular disease regardless of how slow or fast the run, even when the total weekly running time is less than an hour. So that might make it more approachable if you're considering running. The downside is that it's hard on our bodies, running particularly on our joints, our feet, ankles, knees, lower back, hips, as well as on the kidneys. Running on concrete is the worst of all. Running on asphalt is a little better. Running on cinder tracks is all right, and dirt trails are actually the best. Warming up at a slower pace is the way to go. Contrary to popular belief, that slower pace is far better of a warm-up than stretching. But it's been proven time and time again that getting back to the ancient ways of living is extremely important. Instead of sitting at computers all day, people walked places. They just physically moved more throughout their days in a much more natural fashion, which has proved to lend to our health and longevity. So in this modern age, a mix of both is what's important. Walking is clearly more safe in regard to injury, but a quick pace with some great music streaming into your headphones can do wonders for the body, mind, and spirit. A study from the University of Massachusetts published in 2018 determined that this brisk pace needs to be at least 100 steps per minute. If you're new to this journey, it might take some time to work up to that. But we just start where we are, right? I believe in you. So stuff that into your shoes and get moving. Walking about 3 miles in 45 minutes is super. As a runner, an avid runner for decades, I've slowly transitioned into more walking, and sometimes I do both just to mix it up. In one day or throughout the week, it just varies from day to day, week to week, month to month. We're all evolving and we're all finding what we need at the right time. So this individualization and personalization of running, walking, and both is going to be different for everyone. In this modern era, most of us have to do more screen time than ever, but adding in the smallest measures of movement can be beneficial. So if it's walking for you that you want to focus on, walk to lunch, take lunch outside, take a long walk after lunch to allow your food to digest better before sitting back down at the computer for the rest of the workday. Park at the furthest spot from your destination when running errands and take a brisk pace to the entrance of whatever building. Take the stairs. Walk your dog more often. They need a lot more getting out and using their sense of smell, actually, too. Running is great for intensity and it's efficient with regards to our time, but walking tends to allow those inches to fall off of our hips, too. Our joints are better protected into our old age as well, and we're moving our bodies in natural ways throughout the day, walking. When we get into what's been labeled quote-unquote high-performance realms, we can talk much more about how to chunk our day down, adding in these basics of natural movement at prime times throughout each day, which also allows our brains to work a lot better in that process. So mind and body always playing off of one another, right? If you'd like to book a session on the basics and or the high performance hacks, I say hacks in quotes because they're not really hacks. They're just doing the things we need to do and that we've learned to do so that we can improve overall. And it's not about being perfect. It's just about up-leveling, if you will, so that we can be better, feel better, and essentially be happier and kinder to the people around us. If any of that sounds good, you can find my contact information in the description below to schedule a session. My intention with these quick unedited videos is to bring you digestible snippets of holistic habits to improve your health and well-being. We need your clear mind, healthy body, open heart, and bright eyes now more than ever. I've started these new channels separate from past work to serve anyone unable to gain support at this time throughout this past year of COVID, and now we're moving into year 2, right? A lot of people are still seeking what's going to serve them best moving into this new era that we're all managing or attempting to manage. These are interesting times, to say the least, with very interesting things happening all over the world in all realms of life and including media. So please like, subscribe, and share this video as that one small action can simply help more people to be well. Thanks for being here, and have a great rest of your week.